Now the topic before us is common mistakes to avoid in presentations. We may be a salesman and we are to give the presentation to our prospective client about a new product which has been launched by our organization in the market. So we will be given a presentation. There we may commit some mistakes. Suppose we are launching a new startup and we want the funds for the same. We are approaching the prospective investors who may give us the funds for investment in the startup. There we will have to give a suitable presentation to them, informing them about what type of product or services we will be providing and what will be the nature of our competitiveness in the market and what type of revenue we will likely to be generate. This will be all there in our presentation. If as a teacher we are to give presentation, we are to see that our content is proper and we have to also ensure that we do not commit any mistakes. So here, for any type of presentation, whether as a businessman, as a salesperson, as a teacher or any other else, if as a political leader we are to give presentation, we are likely to commit certain mistakes. So we will here discuss some common mistakes which we should avoid in presentations. So some common mistakes are: first is lack of preparation, second is reading from slides or notes, third is overloading with information, fourth is poor time management, fifth is lack of audience engagement, sixth is lack of visual aids, seventh is ignoring the audience, and eighth is poor delivery. First is lack of preparation. This is one of the biggest mistakes. When we are not prepared for the preparation, for the presentation, if we are not fully prepared for the presentation, it can lead to speaking hesitantly, or while giving the presentation we can forget some important information which we were expected to give to our audience. Next common mistake which we should avoid in presentations is reading from slides or notes. Reading directly from slides or notes can give the impression to the audience that you have not put in your efforts to understand what type of presentation you are to give to your audience. We are to use notes only as a guide for our delivery, and we have to maintain eye contact with the audience. Third common mistake in presentations is overloading with information. When we are giving a presentation, we may cause information overload for the audience. The presenter may be trying to include as much information as possible in his presentation. We should keep in mind that the presentation should focus only on the most important and relevant points, and we should keep our presentation concise and to the point. Fourth common mistake is poor time management. It has been seen that sometime while giving presentation we do not take into account the importance of time of the audience. We should give respect to the time of the audience when we are running over time during a presentation, it can frustrate our audience and it can also lead to rushed ending, because it may be possible that you have been given that a proper time slot that you are to finish your presentation within say half an hour, and the presentation you are exceeding likely to exceed that time limit, and in that case you will have to conclude your presentation in a very haphazard manner, and you will not be able to touch all the points or the important points which you are expected to touch and inform the audience about the same. So we should practice beforehand to ensure that our presentation fits within the allotted time. Fifth common mistake which is normally there is lack of audience engagement. A presentation should be engaging and interactive to keep the audience interested. We should encourage the audience by asking them questions, and we should also sort their feedback throughout the presentation. When we are giving a presentation and the presentation is live and the audience is sitting before us, we should ask them questions whether they are able to understand what we are saying, or if they want any clarification from us. We should also use humor or storytelling wherever possible to keep our audience interested and involved in the presentation. Next is, many times we make use of visual aids, but the visual aids are missing in our presentations. So in the absence of visual aids, our audience may find it difficult to understand the complex information. So we should make use of graphs, images and charts to explain our points and make our presentation more engaging. Next is ignoring our audience. We should not ignore our audience and sticking too rigidly to a pre-planned script. That is, we should make the necessary changes in our presentation, that is the way of speaking, or if there is any technical error or something other problem, we should make some changes in our presentation as per the circumstances demand. Presenter should be aware of the audience reactions. What type of reaction is there coming from the audience side, and we should adjust their delivery accordingly. Suppose we are giving a presentation and our mic is not giving the proper sound and it is not properly audible to the audience, so we should make proper adjustment accordingly. Next point is poor delivery. Presenter should ensure that the presentation is clear, and we should give our presentation in a confident manner. If we speak hurriedly, quickly, the audience will not be able to understand what has been said, and the overall aim or the goal of presentation will come to a zero. So we should avoid speaking too quickly. We should speak in such a manner that the audience is able to understand each and every word what you say. As you know that when we are giving presentation, not only our spoken words but also our body language, that is the non-verbal communication, says something. So we should use appropriate body language to convey the message effectively. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can increase audience engagement and make your presentation more effective. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.